As of today, we are one of the only completely privately held companies. I felt like I was a fish in a shark tank. I need to be here because I want to make a change. I know people and I know what people want. And so I had to trust that. I literally don't have to answer to anyone. Hi guys, this is a really important video. I like to share some intimate details with you guys of the journey of Huda Beauty because you guys are the reason why I'm here. You guys got me here. You guys are the reason why I'm still here in more ways than you know. And I'm really excited to make it, but I'm also nervous about saying this. Huda Beauty has bought back its equity. We are 100% a privately owned company. We are one of the only completely privately held companies of our size in the beauty space, and we're family owned, which is really, really exciting. So we have no investors. I want to walk you through what that means because it's really important that you guys know why we made this decision and what that means for the future of Huda Beauty. And I want to talk about the story from Huda Beauty from the beginning because I think it's really important. I started my blog in 2010. I was like kind of working on my own at the time as a makeup artist and a blogger. In 2013, my sister Elia, who is still working at Huda Beauty, she is still my right hand in many things that we do. She gave me the $6,000 to start the brand. I never understood the concept of investors. I grew up in middle America. My parents immigrated to the US. I was born there. We grew up very humble. I never understood this big business world where there are investors and you take money from people and then you have to give them back the money. You know, the brand ended up launching and it was pretty successful because of the years that I had invested in creating the blog. I do want to talk about the launch of the brand because we launched it in the Middle East and everyone told us it could not be done. They were like, launching a brand in the Middle East will never work. And it was very important to me because my roots are from the Middle East. Despite everyone telling me it cannot be done, it obviously could be done. So I want to say around 2016, I was like tiptoeing into becoming a brand. We launched lashes to kind of get us going and then we launched makeup. When that happened, all of a sudden, everyone was calling us. Every big conglomerate around the world. I should have been more excited, but I actually became very uncomfortable. I felt like I was a fish in a shark tank and they were like swarming around me. That's what I felt like. Nobody did anything to make me feel that way. That's just how I felt. I'm not like a financial person. I'm not somebody who like, you know, even though I study finance, I'm not somebody who cares about the money. Is that bad to say because I'm a businesswoman? It's just the truth. I love the creative process. That's why I'm here. I'm here to create just something cool and to make a difference in the world. That's why I'm here. I really thought about it at that point, like just stopping, just not continuing anymore. I had a conversation with my daughter because I always also saw myself as a stay-at-home mom. And then I just kind of went, I was like, you know, I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to be home with her. She didn't want me home with her. She was like, nope, I don't want you home. I want you to stay working. Like she was 5 at the time. Also at the time, there was some toxicity in the beauty industry that made me feel like I had to be here. It's not even about me anymore. I want to be here from a different perspective. And so I decided to stay. And then we started talking to some of these investors. When we brought investors on, I thought to myself, okay, now we can finally reach our dreams. We can make Huda Beauty this really amazing big beauty brand. So we ended up bringing on some investors. And by the way, they've been very successful with many people, but just for us, we have a very different way. And what I've been told, we're kind of backwards when it comes to doing business. And I would say that's probably correct. They ended up really encouraging us to bring on senior leaders. And we brought on like 12 leaders and the company just changed. No shade to anyone because a lot of these leaders were great. Just, it was too much at once. And then we also didn't know what we were doing. So we didn't manage them well. We were just like, okay, you guys are here. Do you guys have the answers? Like we don't, like it was just a mess. A lot of businesses, when they get investors, they will encourage them to bring leaders on. And that sometimes is not the right answer. But what that does mean, if they're asking that, is it means the leadership probably needs to level up. And did I need to level up? Absolutely. Did my husband need to level up? Yes, we all need to level up. Once we brought all these senior leaders, Huda Beauty became a place I didn't recognize anymore. It came to the point where I was like, I need to get my company back on track. And obviously, I've shared with you guys, I made a big change there, parted from our CEO, and then really worked very hard to bring the leadership back. That was one of the most challenging things in my life, actually. I didn't know what I was doing, reading a lot of things out there, trying to learn, and ultimately trusting myself for the first time ever. And I came back. We went through a crazy transformation. I don't regret getting investors on at all. No, it was a great thing that we went through. And I want to explain something because it's really important. Usually what happens when you bring investors on, once it's time for them to exit, there's always like a period at like 5-7 years. After 5-7 years, they want their money back. There's usually a plan, right? Like usually you plan to sell your company to a big company like a L'Oreal or Estee Lauder. So we didn't end up selling the business because I'm just not done with Huda Beauty. There's so much more that I want to do. You know, we don't talk about the products a lot, but we really do make qualitative products. I mean, when Easy Bake comes comes down the line, I mean, it's the luxury products that are coming down the line with it. Our formulations are like my top priority, and I want to focus on that more. I feel like there's so much more to do, so much more to do for our community, so much more to do with content, so much more to really share with you guys. I'm here for so many reasons, more than just monetary reasons. Like, I'm not personally motivated by money. It's just not a motivation. Anybody who knows me very well knows that about me. I've always tried to use my platform and my voice with my platforms to do good. You know, when I spoke about Palestine, like that was very important for me to be that voice. Or whether that is talking about beauty standards, which I have talked about previously as well. My voice is there to put light on things that are important, that need light. I'm really excited for what the future holds, because now as a private company, we can do whatever we want to do. I literally don't have to answer to anyone. And I'm just so grateful to you guys for being there with me along the ride. I can't thank you guys enough. We went through some tough times, and you guys have been there with me through the whole journey. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for being there with me on this whole journey. And I have such a vision of where I want to take Huda Beauty. I want to take Huda Beauty there with you guys. So let me know what you guys want us to do as well. I want to know.